Namaskar, welcome to the world of my musings. Today I will narrate the story of the Vedic sage Ashtavakra, who is very much revered and mentioned about in Ramayana, Mahabharata and other Puranas, and who wrote the Ashtavakra Samhita, which is based on the principles of Advaita Vedanta and deals with the Brahman and Atman. Now, why I am telling the story of Ashtavakra? Because I feel we can learn a lot of lessons from his life. The word Ashtavakra means 8 bends or 8 deformities. Ashtavakra was born with 8 deformities as cursed by his father Kahod, who was the disciple of sage Uddalak and was the husband of the Vedic sage Uddalak's daughter Sujata. When Ashtavakra was in the womb of Sujata, he had contradicted his father Kahod for erring in the intonation of the Vedas. As a result, Kahod got infuriated and cursed his son, who was yet not born and was still in his mother's womb. Soon after that, Kahod had gone to King Janaka's palace in Videha, where he took part in a debate with the royal scholar of King Janaka named Vandin, who was the son of Varuna. And there, when he was defeated in the debate, he was immersed in water as a punishment. So Kahod didn't return back, and in his absence only, Ashtavakra was born. After Ashtavakra was born and he was growing up, he was never told about his father, who his father was. And so he used to consider his own grandfather, Uddalak, as his own father. And he grew up along with his maternal uncle, Shvetketu, just like Uddalak's own son. And one day, at the age of 12 years, when Ashtavakra was trying to sit on the lap of sage Uddalak, Shvetketu told Ashtavakra in a fit of rage that Uddalak is not his father. So, in search of his father, Ashtavakra set for King Janaka's palace so that he can get back his father by defeating Vandin, the royal scholar, who had immersed in water his father Kahod. So Ashtavakra, just a mere child of 12 years, went to King Janaka's palace. But there he was resisted by the sentinels at the main gate of the royal palace, saying that he is a mere child and he is not allowed to enter. Only adults are allowed to enter. The beautiful answer which Ashtavakra then gave captivated my mind as well as the minds of the sentinels who allowed him to go inside. The answer what he gave was that age is not determined by the salt and pepper in your hair. Grey hair does not determine somebody's age. One person is old enough when one is old enough in knowledge. Deep knowledge, a person who is knowledgeable can be considered to be old. So this answer was very beautiful and befitting for a very knowledgeable person like Ashtavakra, who was very scholarly right from his mother's womb. And when he entered the main Sabha, the royal court of Janaka, all the assembled scholars over there who had come to engage in the debate of logic with Vandin started laughing at his deformities. That moment, Ashtavakra also started laughing. Then King Janaka asked him, "Why are you laughing?" Very prompt was Ashtavakra's reply that I am laughing at these scholars who have assembled here, who are like leather workers. He used the word chamara, which means people who do leather business. Why he said this? Because it is not meant to demean anyone. He was very convinced about the fact that people who laugh at the physical deformities of others are only bothered about the outer skin. They don't bother to look into the depth of knowledge and the scholarly persona of the person concerned. Here, what he told is also very interesting. He gave the simile of a sky. He compared a knowledgeable person with the sky. The sky, it never gets crooked. It is formless, just like knowledge. It is never distorted. If a temple peak touches the sky, if the temple peak perforates through the sky is not deformed. It remains the same. Similarly, in a picture, the amount of sky which is seen, it does not get distorted when the picture gets broken into pieces. So, the deformities of physical existence can never deter the formless knowledge. So, such an answer is such a befitting reply for those who laugh at the deformities and physical limitations of a person instead of peeping inside into the knowledge and scholarly capabilities of the person concerned. Now, as usual, Ashtavakra won the competition, the debate with Vandin, and he could free his father also from the captivity of Vandin. Vandin did not actually immerse his father or the other defeated scholars. He had only kept them in captivity, so they were all released when he was defeated by Ashtavakra in the debate of logic. And Ashtavakra's father was so very pleased with his son that he asked his son to take a dip in the river Samanga, where Ashtavakra, after taking the dip, got all his deformities corrected, and as a blessing from his father, he regained his natural form, getting rid of his 8 deformities. That is why the river is also called Samanga, which means uniform physicality. So it's a very interesting story about this great Vedic sage Ashtavakra, which has intrigued me from the very moment when I read it, and hence I narrated it in front of you all. I hope you will like the story. My daughter, I think, has a question.
So you have mentioned in the beginning that one should not be limited by all any physical limitations. But here Ashtavakra at the end is granted a boon that his all physical limitations will vanish. So at the end you see that Ashtavakra is not living with his deformations. His deformations are getting vanished. So does it has a deeper meaning? Because
I don't think it has got any deeper meaning. The story of Ashtavakra can teach us that physical limitations are to be ignored. Only the knowledge of a person is to be taken into account, and a person is to be revered only for his knowledge and scholastic capabilities. And as about getting back his original form, you can take it only in a way that he has been blessed by his father. He could please his father at the end. Because however wrong our elders are, there is a way to confront them. We should never be rude, we should always be humble when dealing with our elders. Even if they are wrong, this is not the way how to confront them, because it's not good at all to displease our elders. Ashtavakra was great scholarly and he was a great knowledgeable person, no doubt. But he was not humble, he was rude. This rudeness had cost him his physical formation. His father cursed him for publicly pointing out to his erroneous intonation of the Vedas. So this story shows us that we should not confront our elders this way and invoke their wrath. Along with knowledge, we should know how to be humble. Not only knowledge, but also humility is required. The story of Ashtavakra teaches us both humility and knowledge. Both of these should go hand in hand. That's why at the end, he defeated Vandin through his knowledge, got back his father, pleased his father, who took off his curse and blessed him with getting rid of all his physical deformity. This is a story and we should learn these moral lessons from this story. Vidya dadati vinayam. Knowledge should give us humility also. We should know the way how to deal with our elders with humility, however knowledgeable we are. I hope I could answer your question satisfactorily. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.